Hello, my name is Kevin Sands, and this is the Group 5 Reading and Video assignment for Management 3000 in Module 5. The topic today is on supply chain management as it relates to the differences between large and small businesses. The text defines supply chain management as the process of managing operations control, resource acquisition and purchasing, and inventory so as to improve the overall efficiency and effectiveness. I'd like to begin by addressing the basic functions of supply chain management as it relates to the size of a business and how that affects operations. There are four major factors to consider when approaching supply chain management for your business. They are bargaining power, employee involvement, scope of distribution, and overall cost. Let's start with bargaining power. A large company got that way because they have already experienced significant growth and therefore bring in more revenue. A smaller business, perhaps a startup, has little background or history to rely on, as well as less buying power. Now let's look at Walmart. They're a supply chain machine, and some even say bully. If your product is on the shelves at Walmart, odds are it'll take off. On top of that, Walmart can provide a consistent order volume for your manufacturing or distribution business. That is very attractive, and thus Walmart has leverage to get price breaks from distributors, and at times are able to bully distributors into lower prices by pitting them against each other in competition via a price war. This puts very little emphasis on personal relationships and loyalty to the supplier. A small business at times is at the mercy of a distributor and has to take whatever price they are given because they do not have the sheer volume necessary to demand business the way Walmart does. Next is employee involvement. Large companies have the luxury of being able to assemble an entire supply chain team that is solely dedicated to improving the effectiveness of the overall supply chain. Small businesses are oftentimes forced to give employees and managers extra roles in order to handle the supply chain issue at hand. Another factor to consider is the scope of distribution. Not every humongous retailer is as brilliant as the well-oiled machine that is Walmart. While barcodes and computerized inventory systems have made life more manageable for larger companies to handle their inventory and shipment schedule, sometimes the sheer size and volume itself can be an issue. There has to be a larger allowance for waste and damage to goods received and stored. There are also many suppliers to deal with in the case of a large-scale business. Walmart will have significantly more suppliers to keep happy than the owner of a mom-and-pop gas station in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. This just comes to show that there are headaches in supply chain whether or not the business is large-scale. The final factor is cost. This goes back to the buying power of the company. Walmart can keep its costs low, therefore they have higher margins on the merchandise they sell. A small business doesn't have that luxury, and this places more emphasis on close relationships and dependability of their partners. Large companies are more likely to invest in inventory management technology, which keeps their margins at a nicer place. A small business has to rely more on their savvy and good relationships with suppliers. Next, Loretta will be diving into the purchase and inventory side of supply chain management. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. My name is Loretta Arrington, and I will be speaking on purchasing and inventory in supply chain management in the supply chain management system. According to the textbook, purchasing control is at the very heart of effective supply chain management. Purchasing managers for any retailer can affect available inventory, suppliers, and costs associated with purchasing. Again, we chose the giant retailer Walmart, a supply chain rock star. As written in an article by TradeGecko, Walmart's supply chain management strategy has provided the company with several sustainable competitive advantages, including lower product cost, reduced inventory carry cost, improved in-store variety, and selection, a highly competitive pricing for the consumer. Walmart has the power to squeeze profit-killing concessions from vendors, the purchasing power to ensure the lowest prices for them and the consumers. Walmart is a great example of a giant purchasing power with the ability to demand good quality of what it purchases, negotiating the best financial terms. TradeGecko's writer goes on to even say that they have such an awesome purchasing power that they write their own ticket. If you don't like their prices, they'll go vertical and do it themselves, or they'll find someone that will meet their terms. Purchasing is not just the heartbeat of Walmart, but the foundation of low prices. While purchasing is the heartbeat, inventory is the main artery. Walmart has a just-in-time inventory system. Like none other. They bring the tractors into one side of a warehouse, they unload, and trucks that are waiting on the other side of the warehouse reload the same inventory, cutting down on inventory time, manpower, shelf life. It is incredible at what they do with their inventory. According to the textbook, inventory has to be the main artery. According to the textbook, inventory control is essential, effective operations management. It's essential for effective operations management. Walmart operates by the just-in-time principle and institutes a cross-docking at its warehouses, a method that moves inventory directly from arriving to departing trucks. Products are taken from arriving trucks, packed in, truck bound for a store without lengthy storage in the warehouse, said inventory management software company. The result is lower costs for the inventory storage, reduced transportation costs, and products spend less time in transit. TradeGecko reported that supply chain management is moving the right items to the right customer at the right time by the most efficient means. No one does this better than Walmart. Next, Kaylee will be discussing efficiency and effectiveness of supply chain management. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Barnes, and I am going to be talking about how supply chain management contributes to companies improving their overall efficiency and effectiveness, and what Walmart is doing to keep up with the times. If companies want to stay efficient and effective, it is very important for them to revisit the different aspects of supply chain management as their industry changes, as well as when they start to notice problems. Walmart noticed during the second quarter of this year that inventory management was contributing to disappointing profits and high costs, among other things. In order to resolve this problem, they had to decide how they were going to alter this section of their supply chain management. They quickly noticed that the world of e-commerce was changing and that they needed to place inventory strategically in order to satisfy the needs of their physical stores as well as the needs of their online customers. Walmart decided that they were going to start keeping smaller supplies of more goods in their distribution centers, and in turn, this makes their products available to all of their customers, whether they are shopping on or offline. Kevin O'Mara, head of research for supply chain talent development firm SCM World, comments on this decision, saying, "It's smart. It's naturally an outgrowth of e-commerce. They can have less inventory system-wide and still offer more variety." Another benefit to not stocking as much inventory at the physical stores is that it frees up extra space in the back rooms, allowing Walmart employees to operate more efficiently. Because Walmart noticed that inventory management was a section of their supply chain management that needed to be addressed, they were able to take steps to rectify the problems it was causing. This is only one example of a company tweaking a specific aspect of their supply chain management to ensure that they stay efficient and effective. But in order to stay successful, it is part of overall management that cannot be overlooked. In conclusion, Kevin began our discussion talking about managing operations control and resource acquisition. Loretta followed him with information on purchasing and inventory management. And I finished the discussion with information on how supply chain management contributes to the overall efficiency and effectiveness of a company. We have learned that without a firm understanding the importance of supply chain management and strategic implementation, it is almost impossible for any company to run efficiently and effectively.